Even as President Donald Trump seeks for a second and final term, his 4 years in office has been marred with a number of controversies, including the latest allegations that he and his campaign team colluded with the Russians to interfere with the electoral process. Trump's deficit in opinion polls has been driven in part by public disapproval of his handling of the coronavirus pandemic, as he has repeatedly played down the threat, not taking it serious enough and instead promising the crisis would end soon, which saw his call for the quick reopening of schools and businesses, prompting his main opponents like Joe Biden to accuse him of what he termed as surrendering to the virus.
The power to change the country is not figuratively, it's literally in your hands. I don't care how hard Donald Trump tries. There's nothing, let me say it again, there's nothing that he can do to stop the people of this nation from voting in overwhelming numbers and taking back this democracy.
You know, this COVID and the COVID pandemic, we lost so many lives, and I don't see this president doing anything for us.
At some point, there was also an attempt to impeach President Trump over abuse of power for attempting to pressure the president of Ukraine into helping his 2022 campaign by investigating Joe Biden. Trump's final year has also been marred by systematic racism in the United States, leading to protests under the slogan Black Lives Matter.
It is a disgrace to the community. It is a slap in the face. I feel like justice needs to be served, and the fact that he was let out just shows how the system fails us every time.
Although Trump condemned the killing of George Floyd, an African who lived in U.S., his branding of the protesters against racism and police brutality as thugs seemed to suggest to the people that he lacked sympathy and an appropriate response on the issue to address racism in America. However, on a positive note, Trump made efforts to deregulate the environment and the economy, as he also tried to improve its global terms of trade. This, however, led to reciprocal tariff trade wars, particularly with China. He also cut taxes and welfare programs, as well as tried to restrict immigration through controversial executive orders which restricted travel from some Muslim-majority countries. On the foreign policy side, President Donald Trump withdrew troops from Syria and made overtures towards North Korean President Kim Jong-un.
All of these countries that we had to fight war over because we needed their energy. We are energy independent.
Trump, 74, is seeking another 4 years in office, while Biden, 77, is looking to win the presidency after a political career spanning 5 decades, including 8 years as vice president under Trump's Democratic predecessor Barack Obama.
We're going to take 4 million existing buildings and 2 million existing homes and retrofit them so they don't leak as much energy, saving hundreds of millions of barrels of oil in the process and creating significant number of jobs.
Nixon Kisaka, K24 TV.